Hey guys, one of the biggest unlocks you can do for your sales team this year is to have your sales brain build itself. Let me show you how. This is all my notes. They are in Obsidian. And when I started 3-4 months ago, I had this amount of notes. You're seeing it's like 50 notes. So I started using Granola for my sales calls and it started informing Obsidian. Now, some notes don't have a relationship to others. Some other, they start surfacing patterns. Oh, Simon, every time you made that offer, this happened. Oh, Simon, you mentioned this thing that you can solve. 26 people right now have that, but you have never offered that. So it can start creating connections between your conversations. Now, for us, this was an additional $81,000 in the second month we started using this because this creates relational intelligence. And what is sales if not really understanding the people that you are here to serve and helping them solve problems? That's what sales is. I know many people think it's something else, but this is really what high ticket sales is you get really good at listening. You get really good at understanding the other person that talks to you. And in that conversation, you create so much safety, so much professionalism, so much problem solving that they don't want to be without you, without your team, without your process anymore. That's when they commit to working with you and they sign an agreement and they sign a statement of work. So how do you get from, talking to them feeling really seen, understood, heard, and how do you get from there to really wanting to work with you and expand the collaboration and send you more and more money? What you're seeing, every dot is a conversation that I had, and every line is a pattern Cloud Code can read for you. I'm not doing anything there. This is totally passive, and it's showing you, okay, we're now in the second month. There are some patterns that are starting to happen. You see, some dots, they don't have any connection, so it was just a conversation, that's it. You can get feedback on that because you can use Cloud Code as a sales coach. You can say, hey, I'm using this, for example, I am using the 8 steps of the repeatable sales. Tell me, which step is my weakest one? Which step do I need to improve on? And it will pinpoint you exactly, oh my God, you are so bad at step 4 because you always skip it. So do this better. And when I'm talking about that, these are the 8 steps that we use, yeah? But whatever sales model you are using, level 1, you're getting feedback on that, right? Level 2, it tells you even more because now it says, oh, look, you are always talking to these people and to these people, but they don't have any connection to the problems you can solve. They have some and they have even more. So I propose that you update your ICP, your ideal client profile, based on this, because recently this is what they're asking even more. So this is now strategic intelligence. So in the first level, you had relational intelligence. You understand them better. They feel more seen and heard and understood. But now you start having emerging patterns. You're learning from this, from this. You see, oh my God, this is much more connected to that. And now you are surfacing much more intelligence from your data. Because remember, your data is just data, but it can become information. When you turn it into information, it can become, what's the next thing? From data to information to actual knowledge. When you start surfacing these things and you turn it into wisdom, when you put that knowledge on repeat in a way that is self-learning. And this is your sales brain that is self-learning. By the way, you can go on holidays, it's still learning because you can have the self-fulfilling self-improving loops that we shared earlier this week on that information. And now it's telling you, oh my God, when you did this on LinkedIn, that fired much better than when you do this on LinkedIn. So basically, do more of this. So you can put marketing intelligence on top of it. You can do so many things, and these are just the things that I was thinking about and I was actively doing. But there is another set where they tell you what's working more. So let's go through a few use cases. We used this with a bank, and they said, oh, I have only 5 salespeople this week. Everybody's on holidays. I have only 5 salespeople. Tell me, which leads from the CRM should I call? And they said, oh, well, then call only these leads. And they had 74% increase in conversion rate. Increase in conversion rate from their usual just calling people in the CRM. Because if you just do it by usual, then you just go by regionality, right? So I'm in that city in that week, so I'm going to call the people in that city. Another use case is you can mine for ICP language. So you can say, tell me what my people are talking about. You can mine also by heat. You can say, tell me which conversations are getting cold, because I need to follow up, like the heat of the relationship. You can say which one are the hottest and have the highest probability of success if I call them. I use Granola, and it's really good because it creates immediately markdown file in Obsidian, so I don't have to do anything. This is totally passive. And you won't start with this pattern. Obviously, you will start with a few notes. And the step 1 is to install Granola and to say to Granola to add every markdown file in Obsidian. Now in Obsidian, you can have a file that you call people and have your conversation in there. I have a file called people, and every day, as you know, I have committed to making 1 introduction, right? It's on my top 4. I have to make 1 introduction every day. Did I do it? Did I skip it? Now, after 100 introductions, I run out of ideas. And everybody says, Simon, how can you do this? You're making so many introductions. What's your secret? This is the secret, guys. At least this is the 2026 secret. There are every year I had some support in form of workflows or tools. But this latest helper is the most helpful one. I have a folder in Obsidian called people, and all the conversations extract insights into there. So when I say, who can I introduce to each other from my network that have the same client? So they have the same ideal client profile, but they have adjacent or complementary offers. It will find them because it's a language model. That's exactly what it's good at filling sentences by probability. So if you say, which are based on our written conversations, emails, and the written transcripts, what are the odds? What's the highest probability in terms of all conversations, if I call them, that they buy from me? You will get very good results because this is what it does. We implement these things, guys. We implement these things with our clients, both in group coaching, weekly basis, but also one-on-one. We have also a big community, the Sprint Club, where 250 plus of you guys are just accelerating sales right now by adding AI-powered workflows to your marketing, to your sales. So if you want to hang out with us and improve your stuff, go to strategysprints.com, try it out for free, and see you on the other side. Keep rolling.